with Brian. A little bit late today. Sorry about that. Today we're going to talk about negotiating. Negotiating is one of my favorite topics, and I actually like to talk about I don't like to overwhelm you, but I like to talk about 33 negotiating techniques to be successful. But we'll break it down today since we don't have that much time to dive into our entire hour-long negotiating presentation right now. But guess what? We do later. So, Teaching Tuesdays today, we're going to really dive into negotiating and we're going to teach you guys all the ins and outs of negotiating. There's actually three reasons to negotiate, there's actually three purposes for your negotiating. It's not all the same. All negotiating is not about just getting the best price. There's a lot more to it. You can't just say, is that the best you can do over and over again on the price? Okay. So there's a lot to negotiating. And the first goal of negotiating is to build rapport and trust. So there's a lot of different methods you can use on building rapport and trust. One is sharing a personal story. One is common enemy. So if they're mad at anybody, you get mad at them too. You get on their same side with that. Good cop, bad cop is similar to that. And I use good cop, bad cop in every category to build rapport. And now here's the three categories. If you want to write these down, the three categories of why you're negotiating is number one is to build rapport and trust. And that's important. They're going to deed you their house and leave the mortgage in their name or give you some type of seller financing. It's important that they trust you. That's very important. So build rapport and trust. That's the first goal of negotiating. And I'll teach you about, I think, eight or nine techniques for that. Then we're going to get into persuading the prospect to do the deal. So goal number two, persuade prospect to do the deal. Okay, so are they going to say yes? Are they going to say no? Are they even considering it? Okay, now this can be a seller, a buyer. This could be a realtor. This could be a referral source you're talking to. Are you going to send me deals? You're selling them that idea that they're going to send you leads and you're going to send them $1,000 once you close one of the leads that they send you. Okay, so whatever you're talking to anybody on the phone, this is really an important one. Write down, and it's so crucial in every negotiation that you're clear on your desired outcome. Okay, so what is your desired outcome of this negotiation? I will tell you, okay, well, let me first say the three. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. The three reasons to negotiate are number one, build rapport and trust. Number two, persuade the prospect to do the deal, to do the deal with you. Number three is what most people think all negotiating is, which is get the best deal on the price and terms. So number one, build rapport and trust. Number two, get the seller to say yes, get the seller to agree to do the deal. And number three, get the best deal on price and terms. So get the lowest price if you're buying or the highest price if you're selling, either way. So now some of the techniques that I really like that I'm going to get into more in depth today is one of them is always be closing. That's Lynette's favorite. But what does that mean? What does always be closing mean? That sounds great on paper. And Alec Baldwin wrote it on the chalkboard in Glenn Ross when he's teaching the salespeople, the sales guys, always be closing. So what to me that means, if they focus primarily when you're on a closing call with sellers in our business, now I'm applying this to our business, to real estate investing, focus primarily on the building. First, you build rapport and trust. Okay. And you do that. Another thing you do when I say share a personal story, you're sharing your bio. And that's a really key moment in the call, is when you share your real estate investor, your home investor bio, which everybody should have written down and pretty much memorized. When you say that, that goes a long way towards building that rapport and trust. Okay. Once you've got that, groundwork accomplished, then you're moving into just, are they going to say yes or no? And that's when you're getting into always be closing. Now, if they come up with an objection, especially, this is where always be closing applies. If they come up with an objection, primarily what you're doing is you're focused on building rapport. What's the next thing? Focus on the 4 deal points, getting answers on the 4 deal points. Okay. And then at the last part, getting an appointment. So that's always be closing to me means building rapport quickly. Sometimes take a long time. Listen, here's the other thing about that. Okay, I'm not going to take a lot of time with that, but I'm just going to say if you take a half hour to build rapport with somebody, that's a lot of time they're investing in you, and they don't want that time to be wasted. So even if you're talking about the sports team, the Super Bowl, and your dog, you're building this connection and they're investing time in you that they don't want to be a waste. So that's good, well spent time. After you've built that rapport and trust, you get to those 4 deal points. That's purchase price, monthly payment, length of term, and down payment. So you got to work all 4 of those things out. Purchase price, it might be as simple if it's a subject to deal of just saying, will you sell it to us for what you owe on it? And they say yes, that's the purchase price. You got to figure it out. So purchase price, again, everybody should know these like the back of their hand without me even repeating them. Purchase price, monthly payment, length of term, and down payment. All right, so then you work out those 4 deal points and get an appointment. Set the appointment for the deal meeting. That's a crucial part in that call. So those are now the 3 reasons to negotiate. I'm giving you some of the cool negotiating. Good cop, bad cop is always a great one for building rapport and for persuading them to do the deal with you. That's always a good one. Always be closing. Split the difference. We're going to talk about split the difference. That's one that might seem like so logical, but if you're in the middle of a call and you don't have a script in front of you, you can actually miss a pretty simple negotiating technique that can make you thousands of dollars. So sticking to the scripts will ensure all these negotiating techniques that we're going to cover today on Teaching Tuesdays, and that's in about 7 hours or whatever. We are going to be covering that with you there, and I want you to definitely be on that call. So that's 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific, and I'll put the call in numbers right here. So you can get them here. You can get them on Facebook. You can get them. We send out an email to everybody on our list. If you do not get regular emails from us, especially not tons of emails, we don't send out that many. Basically, we send out this one for Teaching Tuesdays. And that's about it. We don't bomb you guys with emails. So if you want to get notified about that Teaching Tuesdays every week and you're not getting an email about it, then you need to for sure let us know so we can send you something on that. All right, so fantastic. Another great brunch with Brian. I'm going to get a lot more into the negotiating techniques later today, but now you know the main reasons why you negotiate, and some techniques work great. Lowballing, for instance. Now, lowballing, is that going to build rapport and trust? No. Actually, those are combined. Never say the number first and lowballing are combined, because you're always going to try to get them to say the number first. But if they just won't spit anything out, then you're going to have to do the lowball technique. Now, that's getting the best. That's that third component, getting the best deal on price and terms. So that's why we're going to cover each section individually, and each has several negotiating techniques under it. But guys, this is something I created this negotiating system over the course of many years. We've had it done for a long time, and it's really awesome. I was just going through it recently, and I created a test for it with 60 questions. And boy, you go through that test and you go through the system and fill out that test, and you really understand negotiating. It's amazing. It's really powerful, the system on negotiating. And so we're going to have a very powerful session. Negotiating is the most powerful form of communication. So we're going to get into that, dive into that today on Teaching Tuesdays, and we got to share some great stuff with you today about it. So hey, thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. I always really appreciate that. And that's great. You guys, sometimes you're not on a format where you can do that, but if you're on Facebook, definitely do that hearts and thumbs up thing when you think about it, or if I ever say anything clever. All right, now it's always great to see you guys. Charles, WL. Some of you guys, I don't see your comments because you are on a different format, on a different platform. But I can see Robert, WL, Charles E. You guys are the brunching gang. So thank you. Practicing on a lot of your teachings. Thank you. Thanks, WL. So guys, keep tuning in. Always tune in to this incredible brunch with Brian every morning, every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at this same time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. No, I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you Thursday and Friday at this time, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. A great way to keep your day going, lift up your day, get your mind on the right track, and learn crucial things about real estate investing and being happy in life, I hope too, a little bit. So I am a great negotiator. Let's build that reality in our minds, and then it's going to take place in the world when you guys get on this call today, and I can go even more in depth on negotiating. I am a great negotiator. 3 times on 3. 1, 2, 3. I am a great negotiator. I am a great negotiator. I am a great negotiator. Yeah. All right. Good way. Good affirmations. Let's do our deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. The big smile. Always got to put a big smile on your face. If you haven't smiled by the time you get to brunch with Brian in your day, I want you to work on that. Another deep breath in. Good one. Let it out. And one more. Good. And let it out. Relax your shoulders. Good to see you, Don. And I want you to have a great day. Destiny, hey, awesome to see you. Great to see everybody today. Until I see you back here on Thursday, keep expecting success, getting awesome training. And of course, as Lynette says, taking